Hey again everybody, Cidious Starcraft here one more time for a StarCraft 2 replay. The map's going to be Zelnaga Caverns, and on the top right corner we do have KingKero playing as the red Zerg Down the bottom left we actually have myself, blue Protoss. On the bottom left, like I said. Now I do apologize for previous videos. The gameplay sound has been a little too loud, it kind of drowns out my voice. So I've finagled the settings a little bit, and hopefully this one works a little bit better for you guys. I know it's kind of hard to hear what's going on when units are blowing each other up all over the place. So I've messed with the sounding a little bit. Hopefully it does end up working a little better in this particular match. Now, like I said, we're all playing Zelnaga Caverns. Pretty short rush distance between two bases. You of course do have the two watchtowers here in the middle that cover the majority, of course, of the middle, and this particular cavern that it shows the cavern, but as you can see, you can't walk through there. You can fly around it and use flying units to your advantage if you want to. So hence the reason why it's called Zelnaga Caverns is because of this giant cavern here. Now, I know I am playing against a Zerg player. I decided to try out a slightly different strategy this particular time around. I'm going to end up, I know he's probably going to go for an expansion pretty early, so I decided to actually 2-gate instead of go 1-gate cyber, just so that I can pump out a couple zealots and maybe destroy his expansion before he gets it up and running. Now, I do have my little probe on patrol, which again I learned from watching another video casted by the great, wonderful Husky Starcraft. And I'm trying to delay this expansion as long as I can. Looks like he has banked up a little bit of minerals. I pulled away. I thought I had a little bit more HP, and I tried to come back around and block it one more time. But unfortunately, I do get destroyed at that particular time. So this little drone actually does have 1 kill, thankfully to him. Now he does scout, and I actually do get us around on his drone, so now we're even in terms of losses. Although he didn't really lose as much mining time as I did. Harvester count, I'm actually ahead just a couple, again because of that chrono boost. But if he lets his expansion start to take hold, then he's going to out harvest me and be able to macro a little bit easier. So I'm going to try to prevent that this time. Try to end it pretty quicker than usual. Because a lot of times, especially when you're going up against a good Zerg player, they can macro up and get a decent force, get a couple more bases, and then you just get overwhelmed. Hence the reason it's called Zerg Swarm. But anyways, as you can see, I'm not even worried about getting gas. I got my 2 gates going down now, and I'm actually chrono boosting out a couple zealots here, just so that I can have a little bit of an army right here. I know for the fact, well, not for a fact, but I pretty much guess that he's not going to attack much with Zerglings at the moment, because he did go for the expansion. So he's probably droning up, not really having any much attacking units. So I'm focused mainly on just building a couple zealots up. As you can see, my army size, 26 to 23, the harvester count, I'm 1 ahead of him. Cyber core finally does finish, so of course I am going to start putting down my assimilator so I can get a little bit of gas. And I do decide to move out with 4 little zealots. And as you can see, I have it queued up so they go to the watchtowers. Yeah, I do suggest on any map for the most part, if you're pathing towards the base has a watchtower, to your enemy base that is, pop that watchtower. You can pop it for just a second, and then you might see someone trying to sneak around you from the back or doing something that's you're not really prepared for. Now he does have this one little Zergling out, and he's probably sent the other one to the watchtower, as you can see here. Now I'm trying to chase down this queen. If I can get this queen, I'm definitely in good shape here. I'm pulling off the zealot that is getting hurt so he can regain his shield, and do end up sniping the queen there. I'm sending my zealots now over here to clean up a couple of these drones here. I want to get rid of them first, because if they can't mine, then they're not going to have anything to come back there. Now I am going to start working on this hatchery here. Production tab is showing that he is getting out 6 Zerglings, of course Zergling Queen, and he's getting some spine crawlers, some static defenses up here in his base, in case I decided to run in there. I'm more focused on taking out his expansion, just because if he's without an expansion, you're less likely to be attacked by a big force. Now, he does have a lot of Zerglings here. He's just trying to bait me away from the hatchery, try to buy himself enough time to get enough force to come back over here. So I turn my zealots back around, come back and attack the base, kill a couple Zerglings there. And right now, if he attacked with those Zerglings, they wouldn't do anything. And I end up finally destroying the hatchery. course, the broodlings are coming in here. They intercept that one poor zealot, and of course he gets taken out. Now, of course, all these zerglings do pop, and I'm attacking here. I do end up trying to micro this particular one away so he doesn't get killed, and then I end up microing that one away. So I do save my 2 zealots at the cost of, I do only end up losing 2. He ends up losing a total of 10,000 worth of minerals, and of course he ends up losing his expansion here. Now he is smartly deciding to bring the spine crawlers down to his expansion as he tries to get it back up, just to prevent any type of, well, it looks like he decided to change his mind and come back over here. He has to get the expansion back up in order to catch up with me. I myself decide that, I did enough damage to him, so I'm going to drop my expansion as well. And he decides to do a little bit of a counterattack here. He's got 5 zerglings, and he's going to try and start working on my nexus here. But at the same time, though, I do have a decent amount of army to come and ward this off. I do leave 2 zealots over here to guard the watchtower, but I'm trying to intercept a couple of these zerglings here. Maybe I can get a couple kills, but was unable to do so. His hatchery, as you can see, is about 3/4 of the way done, and he has decided to go into roaches, which is a good counter to my zealots, because at the moment, for the most part, I'm zealot heavy, and if he gets enough roaches out, he'll be able to kite them away and shoot them as he's moving. Now he is going to end up sending 4 zerglings to the watchtower. I ended up running away from it just because of the fact that I could have been easily overwhelmed, but I do decide to retake the watchtower with a couple of about 5 zealots here. 5 zealots against 3 zerglings. It's pretty much a given that I'm going to win this engagement as well. So he decides to actually run away, which is very smart. You want to keep as many units as you can. And I'm trying to just push him back. I'm not going to really engage too much into there because I know he's got roaches by this point. So I'm going to try to macro up, get more of an income going. Current income, 32 of 20. And as you can see, my supply, 64 of 52. It might help if I actually put this up here. Let's go ahead and put this up here as well. So you can see exactly who's going where. Now the workers killed. Looks like I have killed 5 of his workers. Total units 20. He's actually killed 1 of mine. But keep in mind, I've also killed 1 of his expansions, so he has less larvae and less of an army to move out. Now he is deciding to move out with a couple roaches here. Looks like he might be going around the back way. And let's see where these roaches end up heading out to. Production tab shows I didn't get my double forges. You guys know how I love to get double expansions at the same time, especially when I know I'm ahead. I do finally get an observer, so I can see if he's going to end up getting a spire or anything of that nature. Possibly, hydras, whatever, hive tech, or lair tech, I should say. As you can see, he is working on the lair now. I do catch these roaches, and I end up turning my observer around so I can see exactly where they're at. Same time, get my units in position, and here we go for another engagement. Some great force fields blocking all the roaches right up next to my zealots, and zealots do some damage at that location, as you can see. My sentries and stalkers aren't taking any damage, which is also great. And I end up cleaning all that up with losing about 3 or 4 zealots. Some more force fields. I end up turning these zealots around to actually attack over here because those ones are running away. No point worrying about it. And I end up clearing this up. And at that particular engagement, I don't lose a single unit. So good use of force fields, attacking where I need to attack, and moving there. Unit slots, he's at 3,100 as opposed to my 1050. And I'm just going to keep pushing the attack here. I do end up sending 1 zealot back to attack this roach, and now we have a big battle. Zealot versus roach. No upgrades on either one. Who's going to end up winning? 21 HP. Oh! And the zealot, who now turned into our mentor, fought that roach off valiantly and ended up winning the fight. So as you can see, I'm making good use of my units. 3,400 supply, 1050, and of course harvester count way higher than he is. Production, I am working on my upgrades. I decided to actually move out before the upgrades finish, just because I don't want him to move out, get too much. I have my observer here, so I see what's going on. Take out a couple zerglings here. Now what I want to do is I'm going to block this off so he can't reinforce. Got my guardian shield up, and I want to clear a little bit of a path here. I'm not wanting to engage all this on directly. I just want to clear a little bit of a path, push him back, kill what I can, and now instead of going back here to fight these spines, I'm going to move up here in the main. And while I'm up here in the main, now I can actually get a good concave. He has to come up here and defend. Now I have all my units right up here come together so I can fight whatever I can. I don't have enough for another force field, unfortunately, or I'd block that off, and there's a good game. Having the high ground, having a decent concave to shoot it all, and yeah, he would have absolutely no more attacking units to fight me with. So he was producing 7 roaches that if they did pop, if they popped a little bit earlier, he might have been able to take this on, but unfortunately it was a little too late. 1-1 was about to finish, and then I would continue to go on to possibly, you always want to plan ahead, either build another expansion, which I was thinking about doing here, or teching up to, which I was going to do as well, into Colossus. So plan ahead, hit hard, hit fast, and no, I'm not talking about, anything but StarCraft, so get your minds out of the gutter. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please subscribe. It does help out. Post comments, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever you want, down the bottom. And if you have replays of your own games that you would like to put on, that you would like for me to cast and put on my channel, send them to sidsreplays@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to cast you guys' games, especially if they're good games or if you can actually learn something from it. So I do appreciate you guys watching, and I look forward to it next time.